Asia has always been amazing at making things. When you think of good quality products, you think of Asia. But there's one country in Asia that's getting really good at one special skill: welding. That country is Vietnam. Vietnamese welders are becoming the best, and there's a good reason why. They're skilled, they work hard, and they always want to do a great job. I've seen it myself. These men and women are so dedicated to welding, it's inspiring. They know welding isn't just about sticking metal together. It's about being exact, being safe, and being proud of your work. Whether it's building ships, houses, or other things, Vietnamese welders are showing how good they are, one weld at a time. And I'm not the only one who's noticed. Companies all over the world are starting to see how great Vietnamese welders are. They're dependable, they're well-trained, and they're always learning. That's a winning combination, especially for something as tough as welding. So how did Vietnam get so good at welding? What's their secret? Well, it's a few things. The government helps and they have good training programs. But the most important part is the Vietnamese people themselves. They work hard, they're dedicated, and they love what they do. They're the hidden heroes of industry, and it's time they got the credit they deserve. In the last 20 years, Vietnam's welding industry has grown incredibly fast. It's a total change, from a small industry to a big one that's known all over the world. This didn't happen overnight. It took lots of hard work, good planning, and a focus on quality. In the early 2000s, Vietnam saw how talented its workers were and how much the world needed good welders. They decided to invest in training and education. They built special schools and programs to teach people the skills they needed. And it worked. As Vietnamese workers got better at welding, the industry grew. Companies from other countries were impressed with the quality and low cost of Vietnamese welding, so they started businesses in Vietnam. This brought new technology, better training, and valuable experience, which helped the industry even more.
Today, Vietnam's welding industry is completely different from how it started. It's exciting and innovative, and people all over the world are paying attention. From huge ships to complicated pipelines, Vietnamese welders are making a difference, one weld at a time. And the best part? This is just the beginning.
So, what makes Vietnamese welders so special? First, they're incredibly skilled. These men and women take welding seriously, and they're always getting better. They know welding isn't just about being strong, it's about being precise, paying attention to details, and really understanding the metal they're working with. But it's more than just skill.
Vietnamese welders are known for working hard and being dedicated. They're always on time, they work long hours, and they're proud of their work. They know their work is important to the whole project, and they take that seriously.
And they're adaptable. Vietnamese welders learn quickly and are always excited to learn new skills and use new technologies. They're not afraid of challenges, and they'll always do what it takes to get the job done right. This mix of skill, dedication, and adaptability makes Vietnamese welders stand out. It's why employers all over the world want them. They're not just workers, they're problem solvers, inventors, and craftspeople who love their work. And that's really special.
Don't just take my word for it. You can see how good Vietnamese welders are in projects around the world. From the tall buildings in Dubai to the oil rigs in the North Sea, Vietnamese welders are working on some of the biggest and most difficult projects ever.
For example, the Cai Mep Ha container terminal in Vietnam. This huge project, one of the biggest in Southeast Asia, needed lots of expert welders. Vietnamese welders worked hard, day and night, to make sure the terminal was strong and their work paid off. Today, the Cai Mep Ha container terminal shows how skilled and dedicated Vietnam's welders are.
And it's not just big projects like that. Vietnamese welders are also important in making things. Companies like Samsung, LG, and Intel have factories in Vietnam because of the skilled workers. These companies need the precise and expert work of Vietnamese welders to make high-quality electronics for everyone.
The stories of Vietnamese welders working all over the world are inspiring. They've dealt with different languages, different cultures, and tough working conditions, but they've kept going, showing how tough they are and earning respect from everyone they work with. These are the hidden heroes of our world, the ones quietly building everything around us, one weld at a time.
Becoming a global welding powerhouse wasn't easy. Vietnam's welding industry has faced many challenges, from not having the best technology to tough competition from other countries. One of the biggest challenges was changing people's minds about Vietnamese welding. Some people thought it wasn't as good as welding from other countries. This was a problem from the past, when the industry was just starting.
But Vietnamese welders, with their can-do attitude, showed everyone they were wrong. They took advantage of training, got international certifications, and worked hard to improve their welding.
Another challenge was not having the best welding equipment. This made it hard for Vietnamese welders to compete with welders in richer countries. But the government saw this problem and fixed it. They invested in research, helped companies buy new equipment, and worked with international groups to get better technology.
Through hard work, government support, and always trying to get better, Vietnam's welding industry overcame these challenges and became even stronger. It shows how resilient and adaptable Vietnamese people are, and it's a good sign for the future. So what's next for Vietnam's welding industry? The future looks great. With lots of young, skilled workers, a helpful government, and a reputation for quality, Vietnam is ready to become a world leader in welding. One important thing for the future is innovation. The welding industry is always changing, with new technologies and techniques all the time. Vietnam wants to be a leader in these changes, investing in research and encouraging new ideas. Sustainability is also important. Welding, like many industries, affects the environment. Vietnam wants to reduce this impact by using sustainable practices like using less energy, making less waste, and using environmentally friendly materials. With its focus on innovation and sustainability, Vietnam's welding industry is ready to keep growing and succeeding. The future is bright for this important industry, and the world is watching as Vietnam continues to make a difference. In the end, the real story of Vietnam's welding success is about the men and women who weld every day. They're the ones who work long hours, who try to be perfect with every weld, and who are quietly building a better future for themselves, their families, and their country. These are the hidden heroes of industry, the ones who don't always get the praise they deserve. They're the backbone of the global economy, the ones who keep everything working. So the next time you see a perfectly welded piece of metal, a perfectly built pipeline, or a tall skyscraper, remember the skill, dedication, and hard work of the welders who made it happen. And if you see a Vietnamese welder, give them a nod. They've earned it.